I want to announce some new Return of the Rat tour dates. January 26, Louisville, Kentucky. January 28, Indianapolis. February 2, Shreveport, Louisiana. February 3rd and 4th, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. March 24th, Corpus Christi, Texas. March 25th and I believe 26th, Houston, Texas. We just added a new show there in Houston. April 26th and 27th, Phoenix, Arizona. May 13th, New York City. We just added a show there. June 1st and 2nd, Austin, Texas. And we will be adding new shows as current shows sell out. So if it sells out, just check back. You can use the code RATKING if it's before Friday, November 18th. If it's on Friday, November 18th or after, then you can just buy the tickets as you go. Go through theovon.com/TOUR and to make sure you get accurately priced. And thank you so much for all of your support. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to get out there and see you. Love you guys, gang. Today's guest has been, he's been on quite a ride as a human, as a content creator. He's one of a kind. There's no doubt about that. He has a new special, Jew, out on YouTube, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about the journey of creating that, and I'm just grateful to get to spend some time with him while he's out here in Los Angeles. He has tour dates and everything. You can check it all out. Today's guest is Ari Shaffir.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song I will sing it.
Since you came to Nashville, remember? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was cool, man.
Lots
Thank
ruined
you.
a lot of me, but not all of it.
Yeah, I've been good, man. Just still slowly just getting over. I mean, my burnout was so bad. It's tough to say that to people because people don't know it. But like, I couldn't even sit through a conversation. Well, there's a conversation I did with this guy, Bryce Mitchell, where I could barely even talk. I was just got burnt out, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just been a slow, like, you know, every couple weeks I feel a little bit better. I got on like some peptides, and I got like a lot of different vitamins, and did that ayahuasca thing to try to get better. I mean, I was trying everything to kind of, you know, see what was going on. But,
Yeah, I was telling Bobby he needs to take time off. I was telling him yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta do this and this." I'm like, "Dude, you're saying the same thing everyone's saying." And I was saying how like you and I were talking about it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you hitting me up. You hit me up and say, "Hey, man, you remind me to take some time off to go do some things for myself."
But I said how like the comments were all like, "Yeah, Theo, go. We'll still be here. Like, go get right."
Yeah.
The comments weren't like, "No, you better not take off." The comments were like shockingly the other way. Like,
Yeah, why do you think we get that feeling then that we can't, that we have to keep going? What do you think some of that comes from?
some of it's the drive within, like where it's like we had starvation mentality for so long, you know, that we're still like, I gotta work, I got a job, I got an offer for a gig, and you're like, yeah, those are we have to be comfortable, you know, like you know, you raise poor if you're like, hey, the fucking free breakfast stops at 10, we got to get down there, and then at some point you're like, I'll just go buy breakfast, you know, and you're like, oh right, yeah, I guess I don't need the Continental. like you got to just convince yourself that you're fine.
That's a good point. I think some of that realization too, some of that slowly coming into my own head, like everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know? I remember we get the Continental, dude. My mom, sometimes we would go meet my grandparents and we'd stay at like this Howard Johnson's.
Hojo's, bro.
Oh,
They had it.
they were nice.
They were nice.
They had a nice eating place in there.
Yeah, you could eat there.
Yeah.
The waffle maker.
God.
Because then you weren't just eating good. You were like contributing.
Yeah. You were there.
You were like, go make it. Like, I can make waffles?
oh, at
am I,
the concierge breakfast.
I'm like a French chef now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you'd forget about it. You have to turn it over. Bro, I wonder how many lawsuits there have been of people who like just like
Burn the
just thick bitches that tore their rotator cuff on that
It was
thing.
pre-lawsuits too. They were like, this guy fucking burned himself. Like, yeah, you know how people are. Hot irons will do that. Oh, you let your 7-year-old? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Before that one bitch at McDonald's who fucking spilled coffee and then she sued and won. At that point, everybody had to be like, hey, no more freedoms for you guys.
They ruined it all, man. I used to love the freedoms because, then anything could happen. You meet a guy who like, you meet a kid and his eye was like sewn shut from like a hot waffle iron.
Tell me your story. I tried to restart. Remember No Face at the Comedy Store? Oh, we had a comic named No Face because he had like fucking Mac the Knife Face.
Oh, he did.
Because he tried to fix a fucking one of those like things in the back of a boat, those motors.
Yeah.
And he got way in. It's like, I know I can fix this. He's fucking on it, and then it was like, woo! They just no faced him.
Oh, damn.
He was not a great comic.
He fucking his cheeks got remixed, huh? He just got fucking.
He had all the sympathy, but he was kind of a dick too. And so he'd like heckle.
Oh.
But you knew he was him heckling because it's like dark in the Comedy Store. Be like, who's heckling? Because every heckle would be like, you suck. As like air was escaping from his lack of face.
Oh my God.
Tell a better joke.
Oh, damn. He had a valve issue, huh? Dude, I saw sometimes the weirdest fans come out. There was a guy who came to the show and he's like, man, you got to meet my cousin. He's the biggest fan of yours. He lost 70% of his skull. I'm like, oh, damn, dude.
Wow. And you want to be like, tell me about the 30%.
Yeah. Well, he would take his hat off and then he would go, and his head would literally go like that, dude.
I'd be like cartoon surprised.
Oh, yeah. He would go, and you see, oh.
How did he lose his skull?
I don't know. They went into it, man. I thought it was going to be a little bit smoother of a deal, It was something, I want to say like some of those like electronic double doors or whatever,
Oh.
like at a like a Chase Bank bid him or something on the way in or whatever. And
He just didn't read a soul and it was like closed.
I think it's just like, yeah. And I guess the argument in court was that his soul wasn't showing up on those monitors.
So it wasn't their fault. Yeah. He should have gone to church more. It wouldn't have been an issue. You go like this in the elevator and it's like, it's not closing. It's just outside.
Hey, buddy, your soul ain't showing up on here,
Dude, I got back from, I don't know where I was, France, and I got that global entry. So you don't have to do a meeting if you just like on your way back, you can do it. So I'm sitting there waiting, and some lady was like, "Oh, hey, I'm a fan of yours." I'm like, "Oh, what are you getting your global entry?" She goes, "No, they're not registering my daughter's face. She went full goth." Oh. And the machine is like, "This ain't her."
Damn, I guess it can't tell. So maybe goth is the way out of all of this.
Maybe goth's the way out.
Maybe Marilyn Manson fans, because you don't see a lot of like Asian Marilyn Manson fans or things like that, or like who was that lady who sang Happiness?
Is it Warm Gun? No. Sing that.
Florence the Dog Days.
What?
Florence and the
Machine. Oh, Florence and the
Florence and the
Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sang a song they'll never play again. It's like about getting beat up.
Really?
Hit me. What is it? Kiss with a Fist.
Oh.
And they don't play it much anymore. It's such a good fucking banger. It's
it's
feel
cool.
something over nothing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, eh.
Well, it's interesting because some people use violence as their form of affection.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty wild. Jew, man, let's talk about your special. You have a new special out.
New special.
So the journey of this special is interesting because I remember, because I remember when you did this, like you had started this kind of years ago, right?
Yeah, 5.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. It was canceled a couple times. But, you stopped me on first down and second down. I still got third. I picked it up, 3rd and 14. I picked it up.
Jumar Chase over here, dude. You're fucking going deep, bro.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, I watched about the first 20 minutes, so that's as far as I've gotten.
Nice. That's more than I can watch most comics. Even to put it on is is a nice compliment. To be
Yeah.
like, hey, I loaded up your thing.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, I loaded up. My mom called. I forgot to, But like, just to load it up is like cool. Well, every comic is like, we know them all, so it's like, we can't watch them all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love the candles. I love the setup, kind of. It felt a little scary, kind of a little bit. It felt a little like we'd gone down into a hole in the desert and you were kind of telling me some stories, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, it's got that campfire vibe versus like religious-y kind of feel.
Yeah, Indiana. It had a little bit of an Indiana
Jones,
Temple of Doom kind of vibe.
Uh-huh.
A little bit for me.
Yeah, and you will waste your soul away. They're going to steal your fucking heart if you watch it too much.
If you watch it 3 times.
Yeah, and then it's like, what does it really say when he was like getting his art? Gongala. What is this? What did he say? He has some words.
In Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Pull it up there.
Shalimar, something like that.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Shalimar. Fuck, I know it. It's close. I'm close.
So that must have felt great, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it felt great.
And it was interesting because if you'd have done it in the beginning,
Yeah.
it would have been for Netflix.
No.
It wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought that it was going to be for Netflix, and then now ended up on YouTube, and that would have seemed like almost a better choice.
Yeah, it was always going to be YouTube. It was kind of like before people were putting them on YouTube. I already had the thought of like, no, this is the way. It's like you can get it to everybody. You'll be like early on a platform.
You still own it.
You still own it, sure. They can't stick some fucking lady's name on the end of it as a producer that I never met once in my life or ever talked to.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is this lady you guys just stuck on the end of my shit?
Yeah.
I think credits are important. You can't just stick some fucking lady's name on there.
They'll just sticky tack some broad.
Yeah. I'm like, what? So yeah. And honestly, it was better. I got to like go back to these jokes like with like a year and a half off and go, oh, some of this is too long. These setups are too long. Like some of these, like, oh, this is the same joke twice. I can't see it, forest for the trees kind of shit. And then I was able to like edit a lot better. It's a lot better because of all that.
How much is it to shoot something like that?
This one cost me quite a bit.
They're expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, you can make them for very little, and you'll still get the jokes across. It'll still be good, but the way I wanted to make it, it costs a lot.
Couple hundred G.
$230.
Wow.
Yeah, the song cost $20.
Oh yeah, isn't that crazy? You're like, oh, this song would be great, and like it's $20 grand. You're like, God.
It was Satchmo, what's his name? Louis Armstrong. And it was $8 grand. I was like, okay, wow, that's not crazy. Fuck, that's a lot of money, but I'll pay for it. They go, well, also there's like a chorus he uses on it, so you got to pay the chorus guy also. I'm like, well, how much is he? He's like, he's 10. I'm like, what? And they go, yeah, and they have Favored Nation, so it's 10 and 10.
Oh,
I'm what? We went from 8 to
Favored
20.
Nations. They're both from Africa, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the Favored Nation.
Oh, damn. I guess it is now, huh?
Yeah, it is now. It's a
They're
Favored
getting it.
Nation.
Yeah.
I got a promo shirt.
Wow. Yeah, let's get it out, dude.
Let's get it out.
There we go. Ari Shaffir. Jew, dude. No more
Right now.
hiding.
That's right. The Jews are out of the attic into your homes.
I'm coming out of the attic. Dude, I'll say this about Anne Frank's place. I went there.
Yeah,
It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
massive, overlooking a fucking river.
Bro, it's nice.
Perfect location.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's coffee shops everywhere. What a wonderful spot. I will tell you this. I did it on my last special. There's like a brunch place. If you're ever in Amsterdam, right below Anne Frank's house. So Anne Frank's around the corner, and then below, it's like 2 steps down. It closes like 3 p.m. The best grilled cheese sandwich I've ever had in my life. I mean, it is out, like, you use 4 cheeses, out of this fucking world.
Just stop it. You're killing me, dude. Is it really the best grilled cheese ever?
Stop it.
I don't know when else I would be able to use that joke.
Yeah.
I don't know when else I'd be able to use it.
You made a joke last time that I missed, that I saw some comments and I'm like, fuck, I felt so bad I missed it. I forgot what it was. And it was like, what a fucking idiot when a comic just like, uh-huh.
Oh, sometimes you get stuck in
Yeah.
podcasts. You're listening. You're trying to be involved in it. Dude, thank you so much. This is like I'm happy to be able to be in a conversation and have a good time.
Yeah.
So
Why, you got some serious ones?
no, I just haven't, it feels good to fucking just be having fun.
You know what else feels good? The great taste of Celsius. Feels good going down. It's delicious and low calorie, I assume.
It might be actually.
Only one serving per container. You don't get less servings than that.
Yeah, what a stat.
Thanks, Celsius. All right.
Dude, it's funny because I'll pass up my morning coffee and I'll just wait until I get here to have this.
Does it have caffeine in it?
It has a little bit.
Oh, I need some.
It's nice, man. So now, because Jewish stuff is like, it's been like hot recently, right?
Hot? Yeah.
So
we're on
was
fire
it,
now.
Was that a part of the reason? Were you just happening to be putting it out at that
Happy
time?
to put it out. I was gonna do Rogan's podcast. We're gonna do a Sober October wrap up, and I was like, I had it, and none of these bits are like timely. They're all 5,000-year-old like source material.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like there's no rush or not rush.
Yeah.
I took my time editing it. Went to Paris for like a couple weeks, and people are like, "Where's the edit notes?" I'm like, yeah. Sorry. They're like, "All right, you're the boss. Sorry, we're waiting on you." I'm like, "Fuck." Yeah. But then I was gonna do Rogan's. I was like, "That's a good time. I'll just do it the day after I do Rogan's." So as soon as it comes out, I'll just have it. And then fucking
It blew up.
yeah, old gold digger fucking dug into the fucking backlogs and started promoting it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does it feel kind of like because you've had some moments of like kind of like rock. I don't know if it's rocky moments in your world.
Some hurdles.
Yeah, I would say you've had some hurdles. I mean, you like to be on the you like to play track and field.
Yeah.
So
I like to stir that pot.
yeah, you like to be out there, baby.
People get. I stir the pot so much. People around me get enveloped in my pot stirring. Sorry.
Like, dude, I got soup on my feet from you, bro.
Sorry about the soup.
Put that
I'm sorry.
ladle down.
Yeah.
Waiter, there's a lawyer in my soup. That's the fucking thing I feel like.
Yeah, if you have me on your podcast, there's a chance you're going to have to contact a lawyer at some point. What a fun time.
But so that had to be wild then. So did you feel like, oh my God, this is like kismet or whatever, that I'm putting this thing out, and now there's all this Jewish like anti or Semite stuff and stuff happening?
No, I thought it was going to be the end of it again. I thought it was going to go fourth down. Yeah, because I saw a world where the reaction to that was going to be overly protective, and they go anything that's even remotely anti-Semitic, where they wouldn't get a joke, they don't know what irony is, like anything remotely, we're just killing it so that we don't have to worry about being called anti-Semitic. I could see a world where that would happen. Wow. There's a chef, you can pull it up, I don't know if you can. This guy has like a pancake mix company, black guy, and the logo of his company is him with one of those big chef's hats, and he like was promoting his stuff, and Instagram or Facebook, doesn't matter, same. They're like, that's racist. Take it down.
Damn.
And he goes, what? That's me. It's my company. They're like, nah, it's racist. He goes, what? Racist? I'm him, and I'm a chef. They're like, nah, dude, come on, that's racist. Yeah, Uncle Pete's. It might not be Uncle Pete's. It's someone like that.
Oh shit, that's Master Pete.
That's Master Pete's. It ain't that one.
He has pancake mix.
Yeah, and it's like, and it just looks too reminiscent. So they went overboard and they fucking didn't let this guy promote his own black-owned business. And so I could see a world where that would happen. And I get it also from their point of view. They're like, I don't know.
Oh, damn, bro.
Yeah. These all look so racist now.
Everything does.
Damn,
now,
black people look racist.
Well, I think it's like
if black people are in the kitchen, you can't be cooking anymore, blacks.
Oh, dude, if a black guy even brings my food out, I don't even know how to behave anymore.
It's like, hey, you're doing this because you want to, right? You're free of your own volition to come and go.
I'm like, just set it down. I'll meet you halfway.
I'll go get it. Just tell me it's up, or don't. Just kind of signal in some way.
Oh man, dude, it's such a.
So I was worried about
time.
that happening.
Really, because that's funny. Because I would think the other thing, like people would be more. There would probably be more support for it.
Sure, but I was like, I wasn't looking for that when I thought of putting it out. So I was like, don't let it go away.
Oh.
There is a world you could see where that could happen.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's hard to have any type of irony these days, Did you feel is it anti-Semitical?
No, it's not the word, but no, it's not. It's very reverential and whatever, but also like, yeah, you make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
You remember Stevie Z?
He died?
Davey Wester?
No.
Cerebral palsy comic?
Oh, yeah. He died?
Nope. Sorry, dude.
Oh, damn.
He's still living, still with us. But, he has cerebral palsy. And when he fell, since he's our friend,
people would have cared more right there if you'd have said he died, probably, which is a sadder part.
Hey, Davey, If you're out there and you want to help this podcast, kill yourself.
Oh, damn, no.
Theo Vaughn said, kill yourself.
I didn't.
The views of the guests on this podcast are represented by the podcast itself.
Oh, yeah.
Kill yourself. Do it. Kill yourself.
God, I feel like I'm in the cheapest Saw movie. It's like,
did you have like a trap? Nah, we couldn't afford that.
well, it's like that girl that texted her boyfriend. He's like, oh, my car's broken down. She's like, I bet you won't kill yourself.
He's like, damn, maybe I should kill myself. Like, have some balls, dude. Think it out.
Yeah, that's what she told him. You don't have any balls.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll show you.
yeah, do something else, dude.
Damn.
Dude, eat some fucking brother cakes. Don't fucking get out there and take your own life.
Hey, have you ever been on Squidbillies?
No,
You should get on that show.
People always ask me about Squidbillies.
That's one of the best shows in the world. And I saw something I thought was a squid, and then it's that on that belt. It looks like squid legs.
Oh, yeah.
You should do Squidbillies, man. They would love you. I would love to be on that, but you should be on.
I think I reached out to them about trying to do a cartoon or something at some point, and they didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Adult Swim is done now. Anyway.
Yeah, Adult Swim. Fucking somebody pulled the drain. Did you? Because did you feel like was there a lot of? Because anti-Semitic.
Yeah, it's not anti-Semitic, but it is making fun of our own. So I was going to say, when Davey Wester would me and Renazizi saw Davey Wester trying to get a straw in his mouth, but you know those double doors, the saloon doors, the store. And we were looking, and he was trying to get the straw, and he kept like missing it, and he kept trying to get it. And man, we were dying. And then eventually he sees we're laughing. He's like, "Fuck you guys!" And it was so fucking fun because we love him, and we're like, we know this is your disability, and you're trying to overcome it, and that is funny that you're failing.
Oh, totally, man. I mean, I think some of that is interesting because I'll have a friend who will go to therapy all the time, and I know, and even myself, and that's our disability. And there's times where I'll laugh at it, or if a friend makes a joke about it, I'll laugh. It's like it's funny.
You want to be dark? Like, I thought about killing myself again. You're like, I know you're serious. That is funny. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to be dark.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's not anti-Semitic, but there is some making fun of Jews. There's a difference.
Is there? Yeah, because I feel like sometimes you can't even say Jew, and then everything is anti-Semitic.
Exactly. It's literal people. It's going like you can make fun of the president. You could be like, oh, the president fell off his bike, and you're like, why do you hate America? You know,
right?
And it's like, nah, I'm just making fun of his shirt's untucked.
Yeah,
like you can,
Oh, totally.
There's this Bobcat Goldthwait had this great story about being on a plane, and there's a bunch of Down syndrome kids on the plane, and they had to make a semi-emergency landing. I think they couldn't figure out if the wheels could come out or not, and they didn't know. So they're like, hey, we have to burn off fuel. We don't know if it's going to be a crash landing or not. Our sensors aren't working. We're going to have fire trucks on the premises waiting for us, and all these Down syndrome, everyone's so worried. These Down syndrome kids are like, fire trucks! And now there's a person that goes, well, airplane jokes are hacky. And you're like, oh, no, dude, you don't understand this at all.
Yeah,
and you're trying to weigh in.
Yeah, yeah, dude. This is about perception.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. I think, because that's one thing that sometimes it's like you can say almost anything, but if you say the word Jew, then people, and it makes
they go,
oh,
is this
right?
Yeah, is that a no-no
word? It makes it not even fun. It makes it like I can't even joke. I get scared to joke around with some of my Jewish friends, or I feel like I need to ask permission if I can joke sometimes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? This is that weird world that we're in now. You listen to these fucking dorks too much, and you start feeling weird, and you're like, and then you realize most of us are just comics. Like, we're cool. Every week somebody walks out angry from the Comedy Store or from one of your shows, probably too. You're doing 1,000 people in a night. 2 people are going to leave angry.
Yeah,
you can't be worried about them.
Sometimes you see them leave.
Yeah, I got a complaint in Chicago. 2 separate couples, old couples, left 5 minutes apart. Their kids told them to go see me, and they both said the same thing to the management. It's not enough that he's making fun of the death of children. It's that everyone else is laughing about it. They're egging him on. And it's like, get out of here. You're not 4 years. You can't stop doing it because of those 2 dorks.
Their kids are probably sitting home like, we knew they fucking hate him. Totally. Fire trucks. What do you think about this, Ari? We got some news that popped up here, man. Speaking about
what's up? Are we talking about the fishing scandal?
People, oh yeah, did you see that?
They're going to jail. Those people are going to jail over some fucking trout.
Are they going to jail now?
I think so.
Yeah. Wasn't it so crazy? The guy's just standing there. Can you bring up that that fishing scandal?
Fucking Lance Armstrong skated on it, and these fishermen are going to jail. Those thieves are like, seriously, swamp people don't fuck around. The French are like, you learn your lesson, but the swamp people are like, nah, dude, you got to be punished.
2 men accused of cheating in an Ohio fishing tournament scandal have been indicted.
Indicted is high-level arrest.
Is it?
Well, apparently these guys actually like they like 5 different guys. They took away their like yearly income because like the amount that they won for this is not a small amount.
Yeah.
How much? What do you win? What if you're the top level fucking?
Let's guess. What do you think?
88
of this
grand.
tournament.
Oh, this tournament alone, I think top prize $28,000.
Ooh.
That might be too high.
No, I think I was going to go 35,000.
Let's see.
It's 29,000.
And I don't want to say the J word right there, but you know what I was going to say,
I drew him
dude.
down one. Well,
You
you
knew what was going
got to
on
make
there.
a cut to the organizer.
I think, yeah, cut to the organizer. Larry
Yeah,
Fishburne.
David Silver's got to get his cut.
Yeah.
Like Fishburne. Fishstein. Yeah.
Troutstein. This was wasn't this crazy though?
They put weights in it, but they did too much. It's like those guys taking roids. Like, take a little bit of roids. Don't get the fucking Barry Bonds bionic head.
Yeah.
You take too much. Just put a little bit of weight in there. Put a fucking 1 gold coin in there. Don't put in fact. You don't want to pick up this and be like, it feels fucking like 80 pounds. What the fuck?
Yeah, every one of the fish, it was crazy because they'd have like a huge fish and then a little fish, and the little fish was weighing the same as
Two
the
guys
huge
that are picking
fish.
up the little fish. What the fuck? Crazy. Yeah. And like, something's up. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Apparently, like a bigger fish ate one of the little fish and just sunk to the bottom of the pond, and they ripped these dudes.
They ripped them apart.
And the one guy stood there like he didn't know. I would have jetted.
Yeah, go. Get on your fucking speedboat and go. Go live. You know how to. You've taught a man to fish. You can do it. You know, not as well as the other guys, but you can earn yourself a fucking meal.
Yeah. Oh, I would have been out of there, man. And
Teach
they
a
just
man to
stood there.
teach a man to cheat in fishing, and he'll fish you.
The guy just pulling these. I mean, he pulled a kettlebell.
I
out
love that they were
once.
like, it's like a man got caught cheating. He was like, wow, that's crazy. This fish must have been eating lead weights.
Yeah, they go, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
damn, these fish must have been.
A filleted fish. Look at this is a fillet, yeah. A fillet fish. Walleye fillet.
Wow. Pieces of other fish. He should have just done that.
Oh, it's very Dahmer-esque when you get to that part.
I got video.
He's just standing
Wow.
right there
He's like-
watching it.
You got anything to say?
You guys refund all that fucking money.
Refund all that fucking money.
Wow. Refund all that fucking. So what, did he get it and then went home with it and they came back for another time? Like, what?
Well, go on, Zach.
I think they win money throughout the season.
Oh, so they're like,
basically
this
saying-
is just now. You got to give back
Right,
everything.
right.
It's like why Barry Bonds not in the Hall. They're like, we don't know when this started.
Oh, it's true.
He
huh?
was. You could see a guy being caught. He's in the midst of freezing. It's flight or fright or freeze, you know. And he's just like, he's just hoping it ends. He doesn't know what to do.
Yes.
He should get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you
He
got.
should just run.
Yeah.
No, they'll chase him down.
Now that's a good point. If he starts running, he'd have been probably a dead man.
Yeah, it's like if a dog's barking at. If you start running, that dog's gonna get you.
Oh, it's true, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that. Once you run, it makes something else want to chase you.
Stop! Don't let him run. Yeah, you have to be calm and calm them around you. Yeah, cheating and fishing. Refund that money.
It's just it's sad. It's just kind of the world we in. A lot of cheating out there, you know. A lot of people just cutting corners, I guess. But I don't know. Everybody else there seemed pretty pissed, and it seemed like maybe it's just these guys.
It sucks. You're fucking playing a game. You were cheating the whole time. So we're like, what the fuck? Come on. That's why I love the Tour de France when they took it away from Lenny Armstrong.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, we got to give it to the guy who came in second place. And they're like, nah, he was Royden too. And they're like, fuck, third? Like, Royden. You know how far that? 17. They had to give it to the number 17 guy. And I'm like, he didn't even finish the same day. he fucking finished on Tuesday. They all came in fucking, through the palace on Sunday. And that guy rolled up, took a break, stopped for the night. He goes, man, I've lost. I don't know. And then he's like, tortoise in the hair. As long as you finish, who knows?
He's not even a cyclist. It's just a black guy in a chef's hat.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
he's an Uber Eats guy. And he's like, oh, I just came to the fucking Palais Royale.
Did you see this? You saw Trump's back up.
Trump's back up what?
Let's play it.
Hard on?
No, if he got a heart, I mean, he's
Oh,
fine.
Trump in order.
Great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
I love the breaking news at the bottom. Trump expected to announce presidential bid at any moment. Like, yeah, he just did it. Fucking ticker. Get with it, ticker. You're fucking behind the times.
Yeah, Ticker's almost like that autistic buddy you have.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Ticker. And that was always a name they had for somebody that had autism or whatever.
A ticker, because he's a tick.
Ticker or Button. Hey, Button.
Where is this?
Tell him, Button.
Tell him, bud.
Mar-a-Lago.
It's Mar-a-Lago.
What do you think about this?
He's going to win, right?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't follow politics at all.
I
So
don't follow him much either.
it is interesting because I like the tears of the righteous. And man, this guy makes them flow. It's fun for me to watch their tears.
Were you even when you saw Dave Chappelle saying that? Did you see that bit that he talked about Trump?
He goes, I'm not. I remember him before. He goes, but he was running. He goes, I'm not going to vote for him. I'll vote for Hillary, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Do you see that? Can you find that
What'd he
clip,
say?
Zach, where he said the other day during his SNL thing about why people liked Trump, which was the original.
How old's Trump now? Damn. So he's 8 years past where he was before. He was already old then. You think he's still fucking?
Yeah.
You think Trump's still fucking?
I think one of his top goals, I think he's getting probably exomes and stem cells into that.
It's probably smart to take the 4 years off because then you extend, your time being at the top. You're on 4, off 4, but that off 4, you're still former president.
You're still a G.
Yeah, and then on 4 again, and then the next 4, you were just the president. So you really get 16 years out of that if you run it right.
And you get to bounce back and kind of like see whatever didn't work maybe the first time. I don't know if in Trump's case he's able to do that, though.
You know what, Trump? You should change the Constitution to 8 consecutive years, so that way you can do it 8 full years this time. That's what Hitler did. Rewrite that Constitution.
Did he?
Yeah, you rewrite that Constitution, anything goes. Did it in Ecuador too. Rewrite the Constitution.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ecuador, huh?
Yeah, I knew a real liberal comic, and she couldn't understand. She was like, "What the fuck?" When Trump won, and I was like, "Well, you've never gotten out of your limo. You've never gone to Dayton. These people are depressed, and they're looking for answers. You've never talked to them. You live in your fucking gated apartment building, where no one's allowed in. You have your fucking doorman wearing an SS outfit.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what a human is like. So you're like, what? Like, right. You've sheltered yourself.
Yeah.
The media went so far overboard to try to discredit him that they eventually got caught, like, just misleading the truth.
Yeah, remember that Russia thing? Never was anything.
Not only is never anything, was invented by Hillary Clinton's side. So let's just say she didn't know, but it was invented by a Democratic side and pushed. So then they never go, oh, fuck, maybe we got to look at these liars over here. They just go, move past it. So it was like, if you're not going to apologize, it's like if you tell me you're going to pick me up from the airport and then you don't, and you never apologize, I don't think you're going to pick me up from the airport next time. I can't trust you're going to do it. If you said, dude, I'm so sorry, my alarm didn't go off, it's like, I can tell you're sorry.
Yeah.
But these people never owned up to anything they did. And so it's like, I was randomly in my car and I was listening to Trump on like NPR doing a State of the Union address or something. And he goes, this MS-13, this fucking group from Mexico, there's like the drug dealers and fucking smugglers. And he goes, they're terrible people. They're gang members. And they're rapists and, they're terrible people. And then the headline, I was like, I wonder how they're going to play it. The headline the next day is Trump calls Mexicans rapists.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, it's not a lie, but it sure ain't the truth. And eventually he did it so many times. We're like, we don't believe you guys.
Yeah, I think, that's one thing. I think people don't believe the news anymore. Some people still do believe the news. And I'm not saying believe the news in favor of any person.
Yeah, I haven't seen that Chappelle monologue, but they're like, oh, it's anti-Semitic. I'm like, I guarantee it's not.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of these. Every time you see a comic went too far, I'm just like, without watching it, no, he didn't.
Yeah. But I think that's one thing. That's the thing that I originally thought was fascinating about Trump. I'm like, he's not a politician.
He's not a politician.
So he has the chance, at least if it's possible,
just speak real,
to get in there and do at least shine some sort of a light on whatever we don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's not one of the two sides. He's not part of the fucking garden.
Yeah, it's
now,
too bad he's looking out for himself and business interests too much. It's too bad you get sort of an evil one in there for that,
right.
doing that.
If it would have been somebody else, it could have been interesting.
Bernie maybe, or somebody who's like, hey, come on, we got to help you. Let's get these guys out of prison.
Yeah.
Just talking normal, not like, and we're going to take it, and we're going to go to Washington, and we're going to change the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck you. You ain't one of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he got then. I think at that point something.
They just wanted to change, I think. People are like, fuck the system.
That's what they want. They wanted fuck that. That's what I
How
want.
come all
That's
these
what I was
billionaires
like.
got more billions during COVID when we're all suffering?
I know.
Who's doing that? And it's rich people making rich laws for rich people.
Yeah.
I can't afford a lawyer when I get arrested. They just have them on retainer, so of course they're going to get off easy.
Well, it does start to feel in the world like
We got to go to where they're doing it. We got to climb some walls. We got to take care of business.
yeah, but it's not the. I feel like it used to feel like the government was the bad. I don't know if I feel
I think
like
the government's bought out, right, by the
That's what I feel.
businesses.
That's
like
what I
they're
feel.
one step down.
Yes.
The businesses put the government in charge to like keep us all going.
That's what it seems like, right?
Yeah, it's like an owner, and then the government's like managerial. They're
Right.
supervisors.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they'll get theirs too. They'll make sure to get theirs, but they're not the real ones.
Right. They're just kind of a liaison now between big business and regular folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Anyway, not to be a downer, but that right there is what I thought was fascinating about Trump from the beginning was like, fuck, maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, when she goes, you cheating on your taxes. He goes, I know, I'd be a fool not to.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. I have great fucking tax attorneys.
Yeah, play the rest of that clip. It might be on there.
That was basically the end of that clip.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. See, and
Denied.
that could be, we don't know if it is or not, but that could be,
It's an out of context. Fucking,
no, just big digital telling us that's the end of the clip.
That's enough. Hey, I got a call. It's actually the end of the clip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Please use Crest when you're brushing your teeth, everyone. The great white smiles of Crest. You could do no wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry about talking.
Does that feel like what it's getting to sometimes? Do you feel
The
like
overlords, you can't say certain things.
Do you feel like we're getting there?
Dude, I had Milo Yiannopoulos on my podcast.
You did?
Yeah, a long time ago.
And he's like kind of like a gay Flavor Flav, right?
In what way?
Like he's like a hype
saying
man
that.
or something?
He's a hype man. He's a troll.
Oh, he is.
He says stuff just to piss people off.
Oh.
And then it does piss people off. And they go, you're so fucking... And they hated he's gay. He hated he was married to a black dude.
Oh, he's married to a black dude?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's so liberal, but he's conservative. And so he's like, the tears of the liberals get me hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had him on my podcast just talk about how he's a troll and not this like evil whatever. And he keeps trying to go into him like, hey, you're not fooling me. You know that this thing, the white
Yeah.
power sign? So he goes him on 4chan, which I think is not a fucking not this evil, it's a troll group, right? I think what's the best way to troll people is go conservative. That people hate that, so it's like then do that,
Right.
I always
Especially
say,
online.
yeah, online. So they go, let's invent a fake sign that means nothing. And they go, let's do this. We'll call it white power. So then he's like, all right, how do we get it out there? And they're all like, I don't know. Let's go slowly. We'll see, whatever. And then Milo's just with the president randomly, on a platform, and they're all taking pictures. And he goes, oh shit, they're taking pictures. And he just goes like that. No. And people are like, what's that sign? And then they showed those fucking kids, the one that the Indian was yelling at.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
And they see them, their basketball. Look, they're going like this.
Yeah.
And like, no, that's a 3-point.
Yeah,
Steph Curry's
shoot the
doing
three.
that. Yeah, it's like they don't even understand it. And he got them all upset. And now there's a fight. It was even better. Yeah. Now there's a fight between the left and the right. You can't take away our this sign. Weird, fuck you. It's racist. And it means nothing. He trolled them both. I had him on my podcast, Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank, and I was just talking about trolling and the origins of it and how he does it. And I got demonetized on YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
For having him on?
Mm-hmm, I had to start a new account. You can no longer make any money on YouTube for just hearing that we're wrong about him. It's wild. So yeah, a few times you got to like consider it, but at the same time, it's like, I make money on the road.
Yeah, you've always been brave. You've always had that, like you've always not really mattered where the spoon is coming from as much, or that's what it seemed like from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah. It's like, Patrice would talk about it. If you owe them, they're going to call in that favor. It's like, just like, guys, we got to be true to ourselves. And at some point, it's like, they're like, well, we need you to do this. I'm like, I don't want to. That's not funny. I don't want to do that not funny thing,
yeah. Well, that's definitely, I think, happened over the years, especially with like Hollywood. Like, like Comedy Central sent me some offer the other day. It was like 6 episodes of something, and it was like $1,500 an episode or something, And it was very nice.
Yeah.
But it was like,
You were like,
I pitched 3 shows to you guys that you guys fucking passed on, and then now you should. It's just like, don't you have any fucking couth even as a you know? It's almost like you walked past me a million times in the dog kennel, and then finally,
now I'm
when
the
I have a
fucking king's
collar,
dog. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, come on over
when
here.
I've got
Like,
an
fuck
owner, you come by and ask me if I want to fucking come and.
I got some great advice from Eddie Griffin once. He told me I booked my first commercial. It was like a big commercial. Back then, that was like some level of success, you know? And I remember this chick, it was at Dublin. She would never give me the time. She literally wouldn't say hi back to me when I said hello. Then I'm on a commercial, and she was like, oh, hi, I saw your commercial. And I was like, you're treating me well now? I was telling Eddie Griffin about it. I go, so what's your question? Like, he was already made it a little bit. He's like, so like, you don't know how to like treat them because they were like such dicks to you. And now you know they're only being nice because you're doing well. I was like, yeah. He goes, here's what you do. Have sex with them.
Wow.
Because that's your revenge. Have sex with them.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're good at sex, if not, it's just fucking.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be.
Yeah. It is shitty. Robbie from when he was still at Montreal, he would do this great thing where he'd call people like Whitney, and he'd be like, just to call, not to do anything, not to get them going, just go, hey, sorry, I missed the boat on you. I know you showcased for New Faces a bunch and we didn't take you. And clearly, looking back, we were wrong. Anyway, no offer or anything. I just want you to know that. And if Comedy Central called you with no offer, just say, hey, Theo, it wasn't me. I wasn't in this position before, but someone else here was. So I know you blame the whole company. Just so you know, we're happy for your success. Clearly, we missed the boat. So that fucked us over.
Yeah.
And we're sorry about that. I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, it would have been nice. There's nothing that, but I
And
guess
then if they
that's
come to you
life,
6 months later, be like, hey, you want to do this idea? Like, maybe. You guys
Right.
seem cool. That apology. I didn't pick you up from the airport. I should have. I'm sorry. You can't just skate by it.
Yeah.
You got to own up to it.
That's fascinating, man. That's a good point. It's a real good point, man. I think a lot of that is just like, making some amends, having some
I didn't do that right, and I'm sorry. It's just like I've had people turn on me left and right. So you know how few of them ever said, "Hey, man, I shouldn't have done that." Okay, forgiven. But most of them just go, "I hope it goes away."
Yeah.
And then when you become successful, like my friends have, they go, "How you doing?" I'm like, "You don't think I remember?" But they don't. They don't.
That's the worst, man. I've had it. You got another Celsius back there, Zach, or can you have Colin grab one? Thank you. That's the worst when I've had friends that have gotten successful that had done me wrong, and I still had to be like, not like subservient to them, but I knew I was never gonna get any like apology or something, you know? I guess that's just life though, huh?
Yeah. I've had people, thank you. That's 5 cents. I've had people apologize to Rogan about what they said to me. And it's like, oh, what a weird Hollywood thing. You'll say you're sorry to the famous guy because you're afraid he might turn on you, but never to the guy you actually wronged. Or you wait till the famous guy called you out and go, okay, I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, be a fucking man. Man or woman, but be an adult.
It's hard. And most of the women are trying to be men, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like,
in
be
this
a
world,
man.
Be a man.
Yeah.
Be a fucking man.
Be a man, ladies.
Be a man.
Sorry, I got us off on a not funny track. Let's think of something funny to talk about.
Yeah.
What about dating? What's up in the love life?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, welcome.
These dudes' butts, man. They're so hungry for my cock.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Have you been doing? You don't do gay stuff, huh?
Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta get in there and mix it up.
I've never done it, man. I think if I was in like the middle or a war or something, maybe.
Yeah. How long in the zombie apocalypse would it take for you to fuck a butt? No women.
Man or woman?
Have you ever fucked a woman butt?
I've probably been around. Yeah, I've done what I could anyway. It looks easier in draw. You know,
Do you still do hugging conventions?
it looks easier in. Oh, you mean the orgasmic meditation conventions?
The huggings, you go over and like cuddle with people?
No, I never did that. What I did was the orgasmic meditation.
What is that?
They just had a documentary on it, actually. I just watched
On
a
you?
little bit of it. Oh, no, on the
On the
orgasmic
system?
meditation. It was called One Taste. This was a program.
I thought, yeah, to go over and keep women company.
Yeah. So this was the program, man. It's so funny you mentioned that, dude. You have such a good memory. So
Sometimes.
there was
Short term gone. Long term is still there. Yeah, I talked about it 10 years ago. That's why.
This one, they had this Orgasm Incorporated. It was
She's
called
cute. She can get it.
One
that chick can
Taste.
get it.
She is the creator of it. I think her name was Audra something.
She can call herself whatever she wants.
So she, this was Orgasmic Meditation. I got invited by the lady that does Tommy Pickles' voice on Rugrats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she invited me. I met her on a podcast, and she invites me down to this meditation thing. Her brother, I think, had been in prison, and he was there. So next thing I know, I walk in. It's like this kind of nice ambiance. It's in a warehouse downtown, and there's people like having like little, cantaloupe and everything like that, little tray of this and that, little meats, select meats and stuff like that. And so I'm having a nice time, and then we all sit in the chairs. They start telling us what it's about, and then it's called Orgasmic Meditation. Then they get a woman up front on this table, and they take her underwear off, and then she like has her legs open. Yeah, this is it, kind of. She has her legs open on these pillows, and then the man puts on gloves. And they just picked two people out of the I mean, it was like Red Rover.
What?
Yeah.
So this dude is like, oh man, it's so embarrassing too. Like, you might. It's like in class when they're like, who knows the answer? And you're like, don't call me.
Yeah, and this is like raising your hand, but with your pussy.
And so you got to go in there and just fucking.
Well, they teach you how to do it. They teach you how to you just use one finger and you do a certain amount of lotion and stuff like that. And first you have to describe the woman's vulva maybe or something. I don't know what it's called. Uvula?
Pussy?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to describe that. And it's kind of crazy because sometimes you're like, man, it looked like,
it looks disgusting.
Well, it looks like somebody made it with a shotgun, but then sometimes you're like,
looks like she needs serious medical help.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, damn, this thing looked like a damn paper cut with a fucking positive attitude on it, like, so sometimes but anyway, you had to do that. And then you had to sit there and they had like a certain way you had to kind of pleasure the woman. Clitoral stimulation. Yeah. And the boss would walk around and tell you how to do it. So you would
like a yoga instructor is like, no, get your back.
Yeah.
Like oh wow.
And it would be 15 minutes of pure doing that.
And you did that? You reached in and fucking.
You have gloves on. So it's almost just like dyeing your sideburns or your beard. I mean, it just takes a little while.
In a way, I'm sure it is. In another way, it's really different than that.
But it was crazy, man. And then at the end, you all hug. They do a big team hug.
And you never fucked.
No, but there's people that want to fuck. I mean, like.
You must.
So then you get on the message boards, and now you're driving over to people's houses during the day and stopping over. And one lady over on Laurel Canyon up there, her dog bit. That's when I quit. Her dog bit me while I was doing the thing, and she wouldn't lock the dog up, and so I'm fighting with this lady, and her pants are just it was like, this is too much. I don't want to get a charge or nothing, and I'm not doing anything bad, But it was sometimes you go over and then they want set. You get them all revved up.
I bet.
And
They're like, hey.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just trying to do the program, dude. Because it'd be matched up. You get matched up with a 70-year-old. You get matched up with like a 21-year-old.
Yeah, and then you're turned on. I heard a story about Red Fox. He would ask somebody to go to the Comedy Store, the waitresses. Mm-hmm. His office was like down the street from the store. And he'd say, go ask those hot waitresses, guys, whatever, to come over to my place and say, Red Fox wants you to go over there. And I'll give you $500. He just wants to go down on you.
Mm.
That's it. And they're like, what do you mean? He goes, he wants to go down on you. I'll give you $500. And he goes, I don't have to have sex? Like, nope. $500.
Wow.
He'll go down on you. I'm like, well, okay. Celebrity wants to go down on me. $500. Not bad. I don't have to do anything. Once you're in there, he's going down on you. He goes, hey, 500 more, let's fuck. And you're already in the mindset. You're already like, have this guy licking your box, and you're like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
Wow.
You wouldn't have gone for 1,000 for sex incrementally.
So what is that? Is that like
you're already fucking rubbing a chick's fucking monkey.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, don't leave so soon.
And then he leaves and he's like, now you know why they call me Red Fox. Maybe he's like the menstrual starter and he just like starts. It's like,
yeah, the menstrual show.
Yeah, you worried you're pregnant? Yeah, don't worry, I got you. Damn, dude. And he's just wearing a chef's hat.
So racist.
Oh,
Those
dude.
your kids?
Those are my nieces and nephews. They're good kids. They're
Nah,
pretty
the
good.
one's bad. You can see the one is bad.
Which one is he?
That one. He's got problems.
Oh, yeah, he does, actually.
Yeah.
He used to hide on the shelves, and you come in a room, and he fucking like a damn
Really?
gargoyle. Yeah, he was real wild. Have you had the chance to be an uncle or an aunt? Or
Yeah, I'm an uncle a ton.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm the cool uncle. My brother thought he was the cool uncle. And I was like, why would you be the cool uncle? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, cool. And I'm like, Michael, I fuck hookers, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I travel the world.
Yeah.
You might be a cool uncle in another family.
Right.
I'm a stand-up comedian, dude.
Right.
What do you get? Casual Fridays?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm the cool uncle.
Yeah, I'm the cool uncle.
They're all, when they want to experiment with drugs, who are they going to call?
You.
You or me?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, huh? There is something fun about being the cool uncle. Also, there's something that gets weird for me about being the still not married uncle.
Right.
Do you start to feel that at all? Like you're at an event and you realize, oh my God, everybody here has a spouse or a significant other.
Yeah, your friends from high school too, where they're like, what? And they'll live through you. You go to the beach weekend with them, like, you're going to try to fuck? I'm like, no, I'm here with you guys. We're playing Can Jam.
Yeah.
And they're like, you try to fuck. And I'm like, guys, relax.
Yeah. And the only person around here is your wife. So I don't think you need to be egging this stuff on. And besides, she hates you. She's going to leave in about 6 months.
Exactly. I can see it. I've seen breakups. You
Yeah.
haven't. It ain't going well.
Yeah, it is weird because you also start to be like, people are like, I don't know, guys are like, I don't know if I want that guy around, some single guy. And then also.
Yeah, the wives start to hate you.
Yeah, the wives. And then the kids will get into college. And then dude, I had a buddy of mine's kid was flirting with me. And I'm like, jeepers creepers, man. You know,
Really?
An adult, you know,
Yeah, but still, it's
22
your
years
friend's
old.
Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But I'm
connection's
like,
weird.
shut this down, you know?
You gotta fuck her.
No.
You gotta.
Nuh-uh.
I'm sorry, dude. The ruling's been made. It's out of my hands now.
I'd like a second opinion, Your Honor. And then it's a black dude in a chef's hat. It's like, fuck her, buddy.
Dude, I'm always telling my buddy's kid to like, she's like kind of not shiftless, but directionless. She's like, she went to a year of college and now she's trying to figure it out. And I'm like, I'm like, hey, you should go travel. Same as I tell you, but I'm like, especially a 20, 21-year-old. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
it's the perfect time. Take that gap year, find out what you're interested in. Go to South America. And I don't tell my buddy that I keep telling her that. You know, because I can't be like, what? Are you telling my fucking kid to leave the country? You know, but I'm like, I mean, as your kid's friend, yeah, I'm telling her like real advice. It's up to you to let her not go. But
Yeah, that's true, huh? Do you,
she saw my special,
She
Ari
did?
Shaffir Jew on YouTube. Yeah, she loved it.
people are liking it. Have you noticed that there's been a good, well, I guess you'll probably start going out and touring more now, or what's kind of some of the plan after it? It is a plan and you want people to see you. People
Yeah.
want to see you.
People will. You know, I'm gonna get lost a little bit. You know, take a little vacay, go to South America.
So where is a place that what's a place, because if I'm not doing drugs and stuff, what's a good place for me to go?
Oh my God, so many. Okay, what interests you?
Maui, I like, usually.
Okay, let's go deeper than that.
Okay.
We're further away. Let's another country.
All right.
What do you got? What claws at your head? You know, you got some weeds in there. What have you always been interested in?
I like Spanish.
Okay. What about Spain? What about all of Latin America? Any countries like kind of pop into your head of like, let me just throw some names out. Belize, Guatemala, Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. My
Venezuela,
father's from there.
Nicaragua.
That'd be cool.
Like good cigars. You smoke
Argentina?
cigars at all? Argentina would be cool.
Have you been there?
No, I would love to. Yeah, go to what's the main city in Argentina?
São
São Paulo?
No.
No. São Paulo's Brazil.
Zach doesn't know it.
I'm good. I thought I knew it off the top of my head.
Damn, I should know it.
I know we all should.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Start there, take some tango classes.
What's
Tim
it-
Ferriss went there
He
a long
did?
time ago. Yeah, and then fell in love with tango. Lived there for 6 months taking tango lessons.
Wow. Do you think?
Yeah, go there. There's great stay, and then go away from the city. You can get an Airbnb to have a home base there, and then like go on little trips and come back to that Airbnb.
Take my podcast stuff, do a couple episodes down there if I need to.
1,000% you could do that. Especially you do it solo a lot, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh.
Next week is solo, guys.
Well, dude, then yeah. And you'd have all these experiences and come back, whip out a few. I just did this crazy trip doing this. Oh, I took my first tango, do an hour on that. And then like the next day, like I had another crazy experience, weigh in again, space them out, release them every week. Oh, if you could take your podcast shit there, for sure. Find an Argentinian comic who speaks English.
Or just any Argentinian.
100%. Interview them. Regular people shit.
Where is a place?
Yes, you could do that.
That is a good idea. I wonder if right after Christmas I have some time.
This is what I told Bobby, because he said guys might be doing something, and he goes, well, so I got to finish whatever he's finishing in whenever it is, and then he goes, then I might have this thing. I'm like, put it in your contract ahead of time. You can't. You're done. No matter when it's whatever deal is finalized, you're done June, July. You're not available. We can start in August. And they go, well, we want you. He's like, it's already my deal. Start in August. I was like, talk to Theo ahead of time. Take the same fucking time. Dude, Buenos Aires, you know how jealous I am just hearing that the thought of that's a possibility?
It's that fun?
Oh my God. You take your podcast equipment, so take some Spanish classes. Go there and just enroll in a Spanish class. It'll give you some like direction every day. You'll meet some other people in the class. Plus, you'll be a nobody, which will be cool.
Yeah.
Walk the streets, no one will look at you. No one will say anything to you.
Yeah.
And you can do your podcast from there. God damn it, you've made a fucking perfect life. Fuck, I'm legitimately jealous at the thought of that.
I'm
God
jealous
damn.
I'm jealous at the thought of it too, and it could be a reality.
It could easily be a reality. You can grab this fucking mic and just take it, unscrew this thing,
I
and
hope.
go.
I hope. What's a
Damn.
place where you've gone if you're doing so? Just so our audience knows, if people want to meet great food, where do they go? Because you've been so many places.
Thailand is great food. Mexico is like the star of Latin America for food. But I mean, there's also great food everywhere. But like, I'm trying to think. Europe is not as great for food.
Finding a wife, where do they go?
Vietnam, Cambodia. Yeah, you can fucking get yourself a nice one. Dude, I went to
But I mean an actual wife, not a sex.
Oh. People like Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Learn to surf.
Yeah.
Down in the Florida Keys.
Yeah. It's a different place, but yeah.
Where else, dude?
Dude, I went to look for some live music. I was in, I think, Cambodia, and I was like, it was my day, my psychogeography of the desk. I'm going to find some live music. I'm going to sit with my notebook and do some writing. Couldn't find it. Eventually, it was like, oh, I think there's some in this bar. Like, no, only on Mondays. I'm like, fuck. And then I kept all night, like, found some, and it was just an 80s cover band. Oh. And it was a sex bar.
Wow.
And it was all these old 62-year-old men, with their young women and young men.
Really?
Yeah. And they had a community. And so it was cheesy fucking beach rock, playing Cranberries and shit like that. And all these dudes. Yeah.
Some guy's getting a blowjob by like a 21-year-old.
And they're not in a rush because these girls are hanging out with them, and they're all talking to each other. They're all smiling because they're not worried about some chick bringing them down. They're just like, you have $8? Wow, it can change my life.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Dude, I would love to see you host a show like a 90-Day Fiancé or something like that. Because I feel like you'd have such a good take on where these people are from and some of the ambiance of these countries and the reality of them staying together and the bullshit, Yeah. If you did a recap of that, I think...
Talk to them like, what's it like? No judgment.
Yeah.
No judgment. That's the key. No judgment.
Because people go over there and they, somebody got a little calf with them or something. There's a lot of dowry going on and it's like you kind of don't know what's going on.
Some of them too, they'll be your tour guide / sex person for like a week or two, and then they're just like, I love you, it's like a girlfriend experience. And then they go, hey, I'm having trouble paying my rent, do you mind sending me? They're like, here's $500. And every year they'll be like, hey, my son's having surgery. He's like, here's $500. They get 6 or 7 of those guys on the hook. They're making their living.
Fuck.
$500 every 2 months with a different guy.
They used to have a guy when a lot of Nigerians, dude, and or Nigerias, whatever they call them. But whenever they were doing that thing where they were scamming people on the internet, scamming people's grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
There's a comedian whose his grandparents got scammed, right? So he started his grandmother got scammed. I wish I could remember his name.
I know it was Bob Saget.
He worked with Bob Saget?
It was Bob Saget.
Oh, what happened to Bob Saget? Well, there was another guy that it happened to.
Yeah.
And it
I like to replace, instead of like saying people's names, I'll just replace them with dead comics.
oh, yeah.
You know? So this did happen to Bob Saget. Yeah.
Oh no, I think it was Louis Anderson this happened to.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
So his mother got scammed. So then what he started doing was he started saying he started contacting these people and saying, "All right, I'll give you this money." They didn't know it was the grandson. I'll give you this money if you do a reenactment of like the intro to or this scene from Seinfeld.
What?
And he'd send him a link to the scene, and then he'd have like 4 Nigerians send back like a spoof, like and he just kept putting these together. Oh, he played a couple of them for me. It was so ridiculous.
Dude,
bro.
Tebow does that. Jason Tebow does that with like sex. Like, hey, I'm horny, and he'd be like, "What are you up to now?"
Yeah.
He goes back and forth with him on like DMs, and he's like, "I don't know, thinking of killing myself. Well, what you up to?" Like, I need a man. And he goes, "Yeah, it's cool. I read any good books?" He just refuses. He just keeps him on the line. It's so great. Oh, it's so fun to fuck with him back. And you're like, you're not gonna get me.
Yeah, that sex, man, getting into that sex work.
I wonder if that's how Bobby got his Twitter hacked.
Oh, is that what happened to
I
him?
bet he was like somebody was like, "You're so hot." And he was like, "Well, let me send you my passwords." I bet it must have been. Who gets scammed if you're not a grandma?
Did his Twitter get hacked? I didn't
Yeah,
see that. What'd they do? Send out nudes or something?
No, they're just like, "Give me money. Hey, I need so. Can you wire me $200? I gotta make bail."
I got a buddy like that.
We knew a guy who got the Nigerian scam. These guys used to hang out at the store. His tweets are protected.
His account's locked now.
Protected
So if
by
anyone can
what?
help Bobby get his Twitter back, let him know.
If they're protected by Stevie, he's fucked.
Stevie Weeby. Yeah, and he said his brother was like, "Hey, he's acting like a dick to all of us. What's going on? Like, why are you acting like a dick?" He's like, "I'm about to come into some fucking money. You guys will all be sorry." And they're like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, dude." He started just being a complete asshole to everybody. And like, "Where are you getting this money?" He's like, "I know a guy, royalty, is getting out, and I got to." And they're like, "What?" Like, he fell for it. A 22-year-old.
No.
And they're like, "That's a scam." He goes, "No, it's not." And they were like, "Was he from Nigeria?" And they're like, he was like, "It's not a scam." Just realize, like, that's your natural state, is to be a dick.
Oh.
And just
Yeah,
had to
money
eat
will
crow.
it'll make you see some things about yourself, man.
We gave Eddie Bravo a Red Band did. We were on the road. I think it was in Boston with Rogan. He got one of those fake scratch-off tickets. Handed out a couple like losers and one winner. They always sell them in like 3. So and Red Band's like, "Here, I got everybody scratch-offs." He gave Eddie Bravo the fake one. He gets 2 like cash. He goes, "Whoa." And we're all like, I was like, "Ah, I lost." You know, Redman's like, "I fucking lost too." And he's like, "I need one more cash sign." And he fucking hits it. We let him play it. He's like, "Oh my God, I won $10,000. This is crazy." And we're like, "Wait." And he goes, "Redman, I'm giving you $5,000. I'm giving you 5. That was so cool. The whole drinks are on me." And he was so nice. We're like, "Oh, fuck." We were like hoping he'd be a dick. And he was so nice. We're like, "Oh, we got to break the news to him." We felt so bad.
I'm glad you brought him. I got to text Eddie back. Actually, even saying that makes me feel like, dang, I need to message him. What else do we have? Some more news that came up.
Yeah, we got some stories here.
Okay.
Well, Elon Musk apparently fired a Twitter employee who disagreed with him. Like,
You must love this, Ari, huh?
I love it.
You must love this world because Elon is now this sort of Geppetto of this world that was really that we don't need Twitter.
We don't. I deleted mine a year and a half ago. It's such a toxic place. It's such a, you can't say anything like, "Oh, I like this cactus." Like, well, there's a lot of other fucking vegetable fruits and trees that need help too. And you're like, oh, it's only there for apologies and
Wow.
after they spoke out in Twitter and even the company's private Slack.
yeah, I guess the developer like was kind of Elon tweeted something about like the infrastructure of Twitter, and a developer was like, "He's wrong," and then Elon fired him.
Oh, guess what? These people lost their way. This Gen Z and even some millennials, they think they're powerful. You can't publicly talk shit about your boss. It's like, what world did you grow up in where you can just shit on your boss and think that's okay? And they all do on Slack. They go over people's heads. That's why New York Times can't write a real story, because you go over your boss's head to your boss's boss. And they go, "Hey, are you not printing the stories of the young black people?" I'm like, "No, I'm printing the stories of fucking college kids. That's why I'm not printing." It's like, what? And then I were beholden to the fucking employees instead of the employers. And Elon Musk's like, "Nah, I built $1 billion company. You don't, nah."
Yeah.
No, you're fired. Get out of here.
but don't
that
you-
lady who walked out on Chappelle got made as a guest on SNL for the fucking 8th time, you know? It's like, I'm walking out. It's like, or you could just write a pro-trans fucking sketch and make him be in it.
Yeah.
You know? You actually have a voice. You're going to walk out. If I was that boss, I'd be like, don't come back. It's okay. That's fair. No, you voice your opinion. Don't come back. We booked a guest, and you're an employee here. You're not allowed to walk out.
Do you think Hollywood has narrowed itself into a hole? I mean, I think a lot of like you can't even make fun. The only people you can make fun of anymore are Russians. I feel like, or poor,
Even then, look at Top Gun. They just go the enemy. You can't even make fun of Russia.
yeah, or poor white people. They still make fun of. I
Poor
think.
whites, yeah. Most of your family. They're like Theo's family. String them up.
I think that's why you get a lot of people that are so like against
Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make fun of Jews. You can't make fun of blacks. You can't make
I
fun
can.
of gays.
My new special, Shaffir Jew, on YouTube right now.
That's true.
Guys, I'm fucking broke. Please go in there, watch it, donate. I need some fucking money.
That
I
is
can't
right.
afford pizza.
I do. One thing I loved about your special was the special was free, right?
Yeah.
And then one of the first comments was, it was like, who says Jews never give anything away for free? Now go donate.
No,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, here's this free thing, but give me some money.
Yeah, but it was. I thought that was really, really cute, though. But that's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, check it out and make a donation there to support the freedom of comedy, also too. You know, I always wondered if guys like Rogan would create a platform that people subscribe to. You know,
That would be cool. I could see Segura doing it too. Like a $5 a month app
Right,
on your Apple TV.
and you get a special a month.
Special a month, just content. Just content's coming out. And don't worry, it's going to be funny because the guy in charge is like, we want funny.
Right.
Will you have black people? Yeah, sure. We're booking funny people. We'll have everybody.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be like, fuck, we haven't had Arab comic in too long. Just get some open micer. Like, they're not going to do that, you know? So yeah, that would be great.
And that's, I guess, a lot of things get put on Rogan's shoulders, I guess, hypothetically, since he's such a force, you know? But yeah, guys like Segura, or even if like a group of comedians partnered up and said, okay, let's create this platform. We'll each put a special on it once every 2 years.
So you know what? They say, like, you make money on YouTube, right? They say, like, if you're making money on YouTube and they're selling ads, YouTube is making money
Most
as well.
of the money.
Most of it.
Right.
Probably 80, 90% of it. Which is fine, whatever. They kick some down, so it incentivizes you to put stuff up. But what if we just made our own platform and we put stuff up on YouTube and there? This other platform where we get all of it, minus some operating costs. We just get all of it. That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, if we're making 10% of it and you can make, I've so far 3.5 million hits on that. I think I've made like 25 grand in ad revenue, and that's 10% of what they're making. So what if I made 250? Well, my special would be paid off. You know,
That's true.
who's gonna make maybe a few comics? The dream's out there. I don't have the wherewithal. Someone needs to put it in, and
I've
some
mentioned
cash
it.
in.
I've mentioned it to some other comedians. I think it's
hard to make a platform that actually works well, doesn't lag and shit like that. But
right. I think you would get together because say if you got, if you get 1 million people to subscribe at $5 a month, they know they're going to get
even
one.
ads, even free, just come here, and then the ads come in just like here, but we get it all.
Right. I guess I was thinking of something that just had specials on it.
That too. That would also
So
be
even if
great.
you started with that, you just had specials.
Yeah, a special a month for $5.
A special a month for $5.
You would need a lot of subscribers because if you had 50 people, wouldn't pay for it.
Right. You'd have to have say if you get 1 million, right?
Yeah.
Which I think, say if you had enough certain comedians, you could get them all to
Just
say,
split it up.
Right.
You could go by what views. You could decide after the end of the
so
year
that's
who's got
50
what
million a
views.
year, 50 million a month.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
No,
then,
no. 5
Yeah.
million a month.
oh, if you got 1 million people, $5. Good call.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like, wow, it's too good to be true.
And that's why
That's that swamp math.
that's why you need a
That's why you
fucking,
need an accountant.
that's why you need a Ari Shaffir Jew on YouTube. You got to have a partner in crime.
Yeah.
But
5 million a month.
so that's 60 million a year. So
good.
now we're working.
All right.
So then if
Cooking
you
with
paid
gas.
the comedian, say you gave each comedian, whoever's going to put their special on, you gave them $2 million, right?
Yeah.
For their special. And then you said also, in 3 years, you get the special back. It's returned back to you.
You always own it. It's just here, sitting here.
Right. It'll sit here for a certain number of years, and then at a certain number of years, it'll go back to you.
Yeah.
And then every month you did that.
Split it up by downloads, whatever. And it's also, hey, if people are coming here to watch specials, keep it up there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you
Can I
keep
put
it
it
up
on YouTube
there.
as well? Sure, but you're getting less percentage on YouTube than here. Put it up on both.
But I think then you would have a platform that kind of sets comedy free in a way.
Sets it free.
I mean, it would only be free. I mean, you
Making
wouldn't-
$2 million would be a lot more than losing $180,000.
Yeah.
Please donate, guys. I'm fucking so broke.
Yeah. We're gonna make a nice donation to it, man. Just and to thank you for coming too,
Oh, nice.
and for your time.
I got some 50s. People donated $50. Some people
Yeah.
donated one, and I'm like, that's great. I get it. You don't have any money, but you want to be like, that was good. Here's something. I like those.
Is there a strong support from the Jewish community being Jewish? Do you feel
Dude,
like?
I thought it might go negative, and it's not in that. It's been really like, people are like, this is awesome. This is clearly reverential to our society, making fun in a fun way, you know?
Yeah. What are the rules of that you can make fun of Jews or not? Like our joke about it, because
It's tone. If if you like, I don't know, if I say like, shut up, redneck, you know I'm joking. There's a tone behind it. Where if some other guy's like, shut up, redneck, you'd be like, hey,
Right.
no. There's like, you can tell
Totally.
a friendliness. So it's
100%.
like, it's tough to tell.
and even I guess, and if a joke is good too.
That helps too. If a joke doesn't go over, it seems more hateful than if it does go over.
Like me, Brian Dorfman and I always tell Jewish
Dorf.
jokes to each other, right?
Mhm.
And what is one of my favorite ones? It's like, oh, what did the one Jewish guy say? He goes, hey man, I'm sorry to hear about the fire. And he goes, shh, it's Tuesday.
That's what happened, Jeff. That's what Diaz called Jewish lightning.
Jewish
The
lightning.
insurance. He talked about some strip club burning down on Sunset. He goes, dude, it caught fire. It burned so much that the bus stop outside on the sidewalk melted. That ain't no fucking fire. That's where they went too hard on it. It burned harder than 9/11, dude, which we also planned. Yeah, it's funny. That's a good one.
That's one of my favorite. That's a good one.
Remember the lady from Crackers?
Yeah.
Tom Segura took me there. He goes, hey, it's a break-even week, but it'll get you in, if you want to come feature for me. It'll just pay for your, flight, but she puts you in a hotel, so that's fine. Okay. And she started running with Jew jokes, and I was on stage, and she goes to Tom, she goes, should we throw quarters at him? Tom was
really?
like laughing. He goes, I don't think you should. You give people the power to like, hey, go nuts.
Yeah, that's true, huh? That's interesting. Did you feel like a lot of the Kanye stuff, like did you have people asking you about it?
Oh yeah. I think it was probably mislabeled.
What do you think is going on with Kanye?
I don't think he's happy with his agents. He's saying legitimately, he's saying the same shit that I've said for years. You call agents your Jews. I just call them your Jews. There's a lot of Jews in there. So it's a colloquial,
Right.
My
Jews,
literal
yeah,
agent
people
is
say it.
not Jewish, but he's one of my Jews. And when he goes, I'm going DEF CON on the Jews, he means he's going to fire his agents. He's just saying it. He's an artist. He's not just going to say, I'm going to fire my agents. That's not fun. I wish he'd do it through song. That's where he excels.
Oh.
But like, they're like, these anti-Semitic statements, like, guys, they write a narrative and then they go like, that narrative can't be wrong. So let's jump off from there. I'm like, I think your jumping off ground might be wrong. It's Theo's wearing a purple shirt, so he's gay. So as a gay man sitting here, he has to do this, and I'm like, wait, you might not be right about the gay part. Can we re-examine? Like, it's a narrative; it's already set.
Right.
And so I just don't think he's that. And then you're pushing him deeper and deeper into like defending himself. You're pushing him to be anti-Semitic. He might have had one thought here or there that's a little off, and now you're making who's coming down on him. The fucking Jews are coming down on him. So now you're the oppressor. I just don't think it's all that. I think Kyrie Irving too is like, he saw a fucking documentary.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah. He saw a Flat Earth documentary too, and he liked that one.
Dude, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you how I even learned about Flat Earth. I'm at a pizza spot, Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Two black dudes roll up on me. They say, do you think that pizza is round or flat? That's what they said.
Interesting. It's both.
Right. And next thing you know, for 1 hour, I'm sitting in an Italian spot listening to two brothers tell me about Flat Earth.
I'd love to hear that. Here's my advice to everybody. When you meet a crazy person, do not argue with them.
Yeah.
You'll gain nothing. You will not change their opinion, and you will have lost the chance to hear their whole crazy argument.
Yeah.
If you meet a QAnon person, you go, you're making some good points. What else you got? Just do your research. You won't get access like that.
That's a good point.
You know, if you get fucking Mike Shanahan going like, can I tell you about some plays? Like, oh no, those plays don't work. No, just go, okay, I'm here listening. Just listen.
Yeah.
So yeah, flat. By the way, literally every person I know, maybe outside Joe Rogan, cannot prove to you that the earth is round. I think it's round, but I can't tell you why.
I would not be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I would not be shocked, dude.
yeah, who the fuck was Galileo? He didn't even have fucking Spotify.
That was one thing that I thought was interesting that Kanye said was about like history, like the people, like whoever owns the world or controls the world
Writes the history. Yeah,
That's
which is true.
fascinating, dude. Because I went to Cuba as a student. I went to Cuba, and the bookstores there, they start with when Fidel and Che had control.
Wow.
And you can't get a book.
You can't get it. That's like 1984. You rewrite the history. In Shanghai, Ho Chi Minh, excuse me, that's what they call it. They call it the American War, not the Vietnam War, because like this is just the Americans attacking us. Were just one of the. We just drove out the French, and then we had a few years, and the Americans came in. They call it the War Remembrance Museum, something like that, and it's just about the American incursion. And it's like, oh yeah, I guess you have a different angle on it than we do. You were just living your life, and suddenly some fucking round eyes showed up, started pushing you around. Oh yeah, weird.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting that, like, even in Rome, probably the Romans probably had the ability to write history.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing now. When Rolling Stones rewrites a list of like top albums, they're like, well, it was all white albums with a few, but it's like they actually make really good music. We should re-examine that based on like, you know, if I had to write top albums, it'd all be alt rock. You know, it wouldn't even be metal.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be able to write it.
Right.
But if I was in charge, it'd be all Arcade Fire 1 through 4.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, then the Killers 4 through 8. You know. Yeah. So you need some other ideas in there.
Yeah, that's sometimes what I think about Hollywood, like that I felt about Hollywood is like I would go into a lot of meetings, a lot of pitches and stuff, and it kind of felt like the people had it was like the same people.
Yeah.
Over a while, you know? Or the same mind, like not even
same mindset. Yeah, it's like you don't want a diversity of experience. You know, like we need some black people. It's like, well, go get Miss Pat. And like, nah, that's not the kind of black we're looking for. And like, well, go find them. It's not just like this. It was like whenever we did This Not Happening, it was like we needed this, we needed this. It was the same list of minorities. And I'm like, guys, these aren't good.
Yeah.
You got to go look. You got to go to Houston and find Ali.
I need a guy who has N-word in his name, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need somebody who's like, you know what I'm saying? Or I need somebody who
Brother
like,
Ali.
Yeah, or somebody who's it just I think that's one of the things about Hollywood that I think puts us in a place like Quentin Tarantino. What did he just say? If you're able to find that up, Zach.
Yeah, he just did an interview where he said we're in the worst age of movies of all time.
I agree. If you wanted to do a cop drama right now from the 70s, set in the 70s, you couldn't show the reality of that. So you're showing a fake version of it. Or you're just like, then do a cop drama set now because you can't show the reality. So then it's like, you ever watch like a show when you were growing up and all the cops are like, shut the freak up. And you're like, all right. But you definitely didn't say freak a lot.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, all right, there's sensors. Now there's like sensors are even bigger. You can't just, I mean, when they did the Comedy Store show, whatever that was that Madrigal was on.
Oh, was that when Adam Egget died? No, he didn't die. Who died?
It was about Mitzi and all that. It was like, so I'm dying up here. That's it. And then in middle of that, they had the Me Too movement. And they go, well, let's show the women in the 70s being strong, independent. And it's like, well, that's not what the fucking show was.
Yeah.
And just in the middle of it, they were like, oh, this just got lame because they're worried about fucking presenting a case instead of just like presenting the truth and something fun.
That's what gets concerning to me is Hollywood, like, are we starting to get to a point where we're not even presenting the truth, what's really happening, but also because it's the same type of people in there that we don't know they don't have a firm, just like,
and they don't understand it, so they don't even know what they're taking down.
Right.
Sophie Buttle just had this. She made a fucking a joke in her special and calling attention to the fucking rapes of Indigenous people in Canada. And somebody's like, well, you should. These are troubling things. She goes, yeah, I know. Yeah. So I'm bringing it up. I've been raped, and I'm fucking saying the similarities between what they've been going through. And And they fucking Crave TV, fucking Cave TV, just fucking took it down. Wow. She's getting all these death threats, and she goes, I'm on the front lines of your fucking cause, and you're coming after me? Are you fucking nuts? They're so worried about it. They never understand their issue, and they just go like, get rid of it. And you're like, you're fucking guy with the black guy with the chef hat.
Yeah. Who wants a muffin?
Yeah.
You're like,
you're racist. Like, I'm me. It's crazy.
I know. And then that's when you start to fume up, I think, other people who are like, well, quit fucking picking on me. Like, yes, I'm from the South. I'm
not that guy.
But I'm not that guy. If we want to know who did slavery, let's
You've
go
had
back.
a black in this chair.
Yeah.
I know that hurt you, and you did it anyway. You had to disinfect this whole thing, but you're doing that because you're looking to change, Theo.
Be the change you wish to see. They call me Harvey Chocolate Milk, son. We out here, dog. Did you see that Dahmer thing?
No.
You didn't watch it?
Not yet.
God.
No. I heard a story about a friend of mine, grew up in the Midwest a long time ago when I was in yeshiva, I was in seminary. But he went over to someone's house and he made a Dahmer joke, you know. Everybody got quiet. You know where this is going. What? Our cousin was one of the victims. No. And he goes, oh, I gotta go. Like, no, it's okay. He goes, no, I gotta go. I can't be here anymore. I'm so sorry.
And he left seminary?
No, he was in seminary. He told me the story.
Oh.
It was just so uncomfortable. But, you know, wrong audience for sure, but it's probably still a good joke.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that guy really did it, man.
Yeah, he really went for it. He believed in something.
He didn't like gays, man.
He loved them.
He loved them.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. He didn't want people to leave him. That's why he did it.
So they'd stay forever? Wow. You know, outside the box thinking. That's what we need more of in this country. Jeffrey Dahmer, hero, spelled his name with an H, you know? Who would have thought H in the middle of that? And who would have thought eat? That guy fucking outside
Eat
the
at
box.
Dahmer's. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be great.
Oh,
Dahmer's. And it'd be like burgers shaped like fingers and stuff. Like, you know, a lot of chicken fingers.
A lot of chicken
like,
fingers. Yeah. Chicken is just wink. The chicken's winking. Oh, we're going to Hades, boy.
Come and get it.
We're going to Hades. What else, man? What else is on your mind, Ari? Anything else for we?
Damn. I don't know. Let me think. I'm just
I'm going to look at some new studios today.
Oh, really? I got to get one, I think.
So I'm excited about that. Do you?
Yeah, I'm starting a travel podcast, and it's like I'm doing it at my home. I'll get you on there eventually when you have more time. But
yep,
like,
I owe you a coming on, so I'm going to come on there.
But I hate when people are like, fuck, I'm busy. I'm always like, then let's not do it. Like, I'm not looking at anybody get rushed. But yeah, and I think I want to get like a studio like this so I can go and like have some more space.
Would that be in New York or in
It'd
LA?
be in New York.
It would.
Yeah. And then I'll just get like a backdrop I can put up in like a studio like this. I can just tape it up to the wall. Like,
or even like a thing. A man told me the other day, I was at a breakfast place and he goes, you know what you could use? Maybe a certain piece of signage where wherever you are, you take that. So that just,
it like this. And now it's like Theo Vaughn's world.
Right.
You know, or whatever.
So it just signifies there we are.
There we are. Yeah, I want to do some of these. I'm going to do this travel podcast, and it's called You Be Trippin'. You can subscribe now, but it's not coming out yet. But what I want to do is some of them in a studio and some of them out there in the world. So if I meet some traveler in fucking Brazil and we're in the rainforest, I'm like, dude, let's shoot right here. This will be cool. We're in front of a waterfall.
Yeah.
You know, I did one in a hostel in Paris with this guy who's like traveling for fucking a year in just some hostel. And I'm like, this is cool. Let's do it here. This is a cool setting. It's not quite as good looking as you know a studio like this, but it has some uniqueness. And
there's the original element of the rogueness of it.
Yeah.
You know? There's that podcast that's not a podcast. Have you seen that podcast but outside? Have you seen that, Zach?
Yeah. They do. They shoot it out here on the street in LA. And
that's kind of interesting.
That's interesting. So each one is like who's walking by. I like shooting them outside.
If they don't really go in, like I feel like they're pretty safe. They keep things pretty safe on there.
I've seen them. They were out on Santa Monica.
Oh, damn. They set up a chair and tables. Podcast, but outside. That's great.
We got Don Draper one time.
That's great.
They were in
me and Bobby Kelly, we do a cigar podcast, Two Comics, Two Cigars. And it's just like me and Bobby Kelly or me and List or just two comics. You record a fucking podcast just with an iPhone and fucking clap it and just like smoke a cigar and talk about it and then talk. So we did one at a cigar plantation. The Foundation Cigars, and we just went in the tobacco fields and we set them up and did it, and it just looks cool in front of a field of tobacco leaves.
You have it? It's on. It's up. It's online.
Yeah, that one's up there, I think. 2 comics, 2 cigars. Yeah, from Foundation Cigars.
Bobby
Tabernacle.
Kelly's so funny, huh?
He's so funny.
He's a nice guy.
He's a piece of shit, but he is very funny.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Bad Dog beats his dog too.
Oh,
Like,
does
hard.
he?
It's uncomfortable, but that's like part of their culture, you know.
Adam Egget really pulls his dog around the city. I've seen.
Yeah, Austin.
It's almost like
Mistreats it.
it's like a. It's almost like he didn't make the reindeer thing or something, and he's like,
What do you mean?
like his dog like was gonna be a reindeer, but he didn't make it.
Oh, right,
treats him like that.
So then he's like, you're a disappointment to me.
Yeah,
I was joking about Bobby Kelly, but Egget is a piece of shit.
I mean it's ever since Norm died, he's kind of died.
Yeah, he kind of killed him too.
Yeah,
Norm was like, I shouldn't smoke. He's like, just smoke. What's the worst that could happen, you know?
yeah.
And then it's like he found out, I guess.
Oh damn, dude.
It's sad. It's sad.
Oh my God, Ari, if you started
Holocaust
doing,
and I are too.
who did?
Holocaust and I are Egget.
Is he really?
Norm said it, and look what happened to him. So actually, can you cut that out? I don't want any trouble.
Okay, we will.
Thanks. Yeah, shit. I don't want any trouble. That guy. Doesn't
You don't
know
want any
limits.
trouble. If your next special isn't called I don't want any trouble,
That's a good one. I don't want any trouble. That's a good name of a tour too. Hey, Photoshoppers, get on that. Yeah, I don't want any trouble tour. You can put me in all sorts of positions.
no, dude. Photoshopper, your Photoshopper, I think, needs to be sentenced. Your Photoshopper makes me fucking squeam.
Oh, they all go
a lot of
nuts.
times,
Shart
man.
and Torelli and all these guys. Comedy
No.
Photoshops. Yeah.
I'm glad there's an outlet, man. You know, you provide.
Those
You-
Photoshops I put out, I'm just like, hey, go for it. If it makes me laugh or cringe,
Yeah.
I'm bound by the gods of comedy to put it. Who was that? Who did that one? That was Shart. That was Shart Salad.
Oh yeah, Shart Salad's
It's just
great.
me. Yeah, he's great. It's just me underneath. If you're listening, it's just me underneath a fucking Nazi with a fucking German
is that
Shepherd
what
on top,
that
and I'm just
is?
hanging out in a fucking basement,
Oh.
just going watch my special art. What creativity? What fucking creativity?
Ari Shaffir Jew. Is there something about being Jewish that other people don't understand? Because I've always
They
feel like
can't understand. I heard there's a theory that if you're more than 60 IQ points away from someone else, you actually can't communicate.
oh really?
Yeah, so people like you will never understand.
Damn.
You know, the goys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
But, you know,
Is it
lead by example.
do people look at being Jewish like is it because there's also a thing where like there's like Jewish hate, like Jewish like self-loathing or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, self-hating Jews, that's that.
Yeah,
That's
what is that?
It's like, you're just like, ugh, I hate that in this thing. But ugh is a Jewish thing.
Right.
You know, we invented ugh. Dude, when we were starting comedy, we had a self-hating gay, and that was his act.
No.
He was like, I know I'm gay, and it's disgusting.
Oh wait, I think I know him. Was it He's a seancer now, isn't he?
Is he really?
Yeah, I think.
It was the most interesting, unique take of literally any comic in my entire career.
He was so good. I think
He hated himself, and
Yeah.
he was presented that to the stage of a self-hating gay. Didn't deny being gay, but thought he was evil for having these thoughts. It was so honest.
Well, is that something about? Because I'm just trying to think if there's stuff about Judaism that I don't understand. I'm sure there's a lot of things, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
but is there something about it that like?
What, like racially?
No, just like that. Is there? Because I have Jewish friends that always they just like it. They seem like like overwhelmed sometimes. Maybe like is it? That's not the word.
Oh yeah, it's the inbreeding. I talk about this in the special a lot.
Oh, there's inbreeding.
It's all inbreeding. So we're
Oh,
failing,
fuck yeah.
like bodily. We're like falling apart. You know?
Oh wow.
Yeah, we have specific diseases that are made just for Jews.
And they did it from inbreeding.
Yeah, too much inbreeding. We've been fucking ourselves for too long. You need outside genes, or
But
shit
do
gets
Jews
weird.
not want outside genes? Is that looked down
just-
upon?
Yeah, it's just like you only fuck Jews, but then it's like, well, that's a limited gene base. You know, I mean, Iceland is even more limited, and they have an app that shows if you're somebody's cousin.
No.
Yeah, you have to go to the app.
Damn.
So it's like it's a bigger scale of that. But if you can fuck anybody, well, now we got all sorts of genes. It's like the Ian Edwards bit. The hottest people are like halves.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. You get two ugly parents from different races, the kid is fucking gorgeous. So you get two parents with exactly the same thing. Their kid is fucking, disease ridden. Yeah. Big noses, fucking balding.
So do you have to marry a Jewish person, or you don't have to?
I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're supposed to. You're supposed to also not eat bacon, but damn, it's good. Yeah. faking. You guys got that one right.
The LT. Who wants just an LT?
Who wants an LT?
Yeah.
What the fuck without lettuce and tomato on bread? What? Live your life. Who wants an LT?
Will people learn about being Jewish from your special?
Yeah, they will. They'll learn a lot. Mostly, it's just there to laugh. You're just there to laugh. It's kind of like I'll compare to like Brian Regan or Nate Bargatze, where they're clean comics, but that's got nothing to do with it. You're just there laughing the whole time. And they're like, oh, did he not curse? I guess he didn't. It's like you're just gonna laugh. It's just a special. You will learn a bunch, but it's every one of these bits. I say like these bits have to be good enough to follow Norman at the stand.
Yeah.
You know,
God, he's good.
he's so good.
He's so good. Ari Shaffir Jew, you can check it out on YouTube. You can donate there after you watch it.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited. Everyone's really liking it. Pass it around. Fucking play it Thanksgiving for your family and Christmas. You know, bring people together. It's something that you can talk about it and like. I'm loving people. I've never had this in my career. People are like I played this for my dad, or I sent my dad and we talked about it.
Wow.
It's generally like shit. My dad walked in the room. I had to turn it off.
Now, is
And
that
this is like the
enlarging your
opposite.
heart a little bit? Because you've always had a little bit of this kind of a little bit of not Grinch, but this
Grinch. I like that.
Yeah,
Grinch was
and
a
that's
Jew.
the wrong word.
Grinch was a Jew. Pull up Grinch.
Was it Theodore Giesel was a Jew?
Yeah. Oh,
He was
really?
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I was named after.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. Tell me that's not a fucking one of mine.
Oh,
Actually, he's got a really tiny nose. I might be wrong on that.
But the back hair.
The back hair, yeah.
I mean, I think you could have been half. My God,
What is that?
bro, that's
What's that doing?
that's inbreeding. If you have
protecting?
if you have tricep hair, that's inbreeding. If you have sideburns on your triceps, bro, yeah.
I have it here. Yeah, I do. What the fuck? Come on, God. Give me a fucking break.
If you're Elvis Trapsley, then you are there. Ari Shaffir, man, thank you so much for continuing to make comedy, man.
Thanks, Geisel.
For being a part of for just not even giving up on yourself when things were tough. I'm sure there were
Store,
some
bro.
moments.
It's a comedy store training. She beat us down too much. She can't
That's
beat
it.
us down anymore. I had an old lady made me cry so many times, and now it's just like fuck, hurdle. I
forget
guess.
how much you've been through.
Yeah, she made me. That's what I saw on ayahuasca. I talked to Mitzi for real.
Really?
Talked to her in the
Wow.
fire, and she was like, "I prepared you for all of this. I wasn't just a cunt for no reason. I was getting you ready. It was basic training."
Yeah, it's orgasmic meditation, baby. Thank you so much, man. Ari Shaffir Septic Tank. You can check him out. You can check him out with Robert Kelly on the Two Cigars.
Two comics, two cigars,
And
every other week.
You're tripping, road tripping.
You be tripping. Just subscribe now. It's not out yet. It'll probably out in January, February.
You be tripping. Subscribe now and go see him whenever he goes to tour. He's back, baby.
Dallas, Vancouver, Seattle's coming, Pittsburgh, Salt Lake, San Jose.
Are they on your website?
They're all on my website.
We'll put it up right here.
At AriShaffir.com.
Ari Shaffir.
Put it up right there. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take